Well, we have a cow ranch. My family works together and raises them and make hay, and cows have calves, and then we sell them. We have 2 pigs, a couple chickens, bunny, dog, a couple cats, and I have 2 4-H steers. I'm 11, and well, I just like being outside and hunting, fishing, sports, any activity outside that I can do with other family and friends.
2022 was a rough year on
Probably by far the worst.
yeah. I think as parents, you just kind of know when something's off. So we spent a lot of time going back and forth to the doctor, thinking that there were COVID complications. While all this is happening, he was just getting these terrible bloody noses
And leg aches.
and really bad leg aches. And come to find out, the leg aches and really just bone pain was the cancer.
When you start to worry is things that last longer. So like Riley had bone pain and muscle pain. He just wasn't feeling well. He then started having high fevers that never went away, and we didn't really understand why he had those. And other things that he would have would be bleeding. And so you start to see symptoms because of where that cancer comes from. And so it's made in the bone marrow.
It's B-cell acute lymphoblastic leukemia, so ALL, which is, we've been told many times that if you're going to get a cancer, that's the cancer. That's the cancer you want.
I was really sad, and I was questioning, why me? Why did this happen to me? And I was just that entire time, and then I figured out, if you get cancer, it's not your fault.
So it's treated mainly with chemotherapy, and so chemotherapy would be a medication that's delivered in different ways. So you take some of it by mouth, you use, some of it goes through an IV catheter that he has inside his chest called a port, and then other types of the chemotherapy goes through his spine.
You definitely dread going there. It's always this long thing, it's just boring, it makes you feel sick and stuff. It was rough to start out, but it's funny, the treatment, it makes you feel worse and worse and worse, but it's actually getting better when you're feeling worse. I just try to think, when I am done with this, I'm that much closer to being done with this treatment. So, at the beginning of all my treatment, you're really tired and don't have a lot of muscle, and you don't feel good because you have to wake up early. And at the elevators, you would always get there early, and that's when everybody's using them. So sometimes it would take 10 minutes for the elevator to get there, and there's not a bench there. So that entire time, I was saying, somebody needs to put a bench here. And nobody did, and finally, when I sold my steer, I decided I'm gonna buy a bench and put it in the hospital, so.
My name is Riley Albertson, and I am going through cancer treatment. The chemo I am getting takes the energy out of me, and I thought it would be a good idea to put a bench on L1 Fish Elevator for me and all the other kids going through this treatment. I was thinking of one like this, but if it doesn't work out, that is okay. We were thinking of donating somewhere around $1,000. If that isn't enough, please tell us.
And we are so excited to be here this morning to honor a very special donation from a very special patient. Last fall, we got an email from Riley asking if he could use the money that he raised from selling a steer through 4-H to put a bench at the Children's Hospital. And of course we said yes and started putting the plans in place. And today we get to unveil the bench. On the count of 3, will you guys count with me? 3, 2, 1. Woo! Woo! And now there is a bench for kiddos like Riley who are waiting for the elevators. And
This is gonna help so many more kids feel a lot better and not like drain all their energy just standing at the elevator. They'll be able to rest and maybe even doze off for a second. It's comfy. It's comfy.
Oh, this is the perfect bench.
I think it might help them feel a little bit better, knowing that I was able to finish this treatment and that I'm back to normal.
So now we're in a phase called maintenance, which is amazing. Like, it really almost feels like normal life.
During this phase, kids usually feel a little bit better, they feel strong, they're back doing a lot of things that they missed out on the first 6 to 9 months.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to a football camp. I'm gonna go back to school next fall. Next fall. And yeah, just getting back into normal life.
It's amazing that he would think about us, but it's also amazing that he thinks about all the other kids that are going through what he's going through. That you can look beyond what you're doing right now just for a child to say, hey, somebody else could benefit from this, and I want them to have resources that I could provide at a place where I got all of my care.
Yeah, God has a plan for everything.
Yes, God does have a plan for everything.